So obviously you made the 2018 tour squad to South Africa and then injury struck.
Yeah.
Talk us through the build up to that and obviously the event happening itself and how you progressed past it.
Like I had my back injury before that, but I'd never been like properly injured before, like where I needed surgery. So like basically what's happened is I've come around the corner on like a carry, um, and someone's hit my knee. And as they've hit my knee, it's gone like, oh fuck. And then someone's piled into it again. And it's obviously training. Someone's piled into it again, and it's basically like just blown out the back. Um, and so like my knee's fully gone out the back, and it tore like my hamstring, and my every ligament was torn, and there's something called like a post-lateral corner, which was torn, and everything was torn in the knee. Um, and I just remember like screaming, like I was like, oh fuck. And I tried to like put my foot down and I couldn't like step on it. And then I needed to be like hobbled off the pitch. And then I caught a because I didn't have my car with me and we were in Brighton. Brighton, that's why I hate Brighton. This was like another camp in Brighton, like later on. And I had to get a cab from Brighton back home. I remember just pulling up at my mum just looking at me and I'm just like, boy, I don't even know. And I thought it was bad and that, but like I had to view apartments in Bath like the following day. So I got in the car and drove to Bath.
Yeah.
Uh, so as I've driven to Bath now with my lovely lady friend to view these apartments, we're like hobbling around the whole of Bath, but I'm not thinking it's too bad. And then I go and see Anthony Jay and we're chilling, going for breakfast. Then when I went for breakfast, I got this call from my physio and he said like it's like a bomb's gone off in your knee. Your knee's basically exploded. Um, and like, I think it hit me at that point. And I was like, like he said something like, your ACL is disrupted. And I was like, oh, so does that mean I haven't torn my ACL? Like, and obviously it didn't mean I had torn my ACL, but like I was like, I was like, oh, it's just like uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? I remember that moment so clearly because I was like, oh, so like I haven't torn it, and he's like, no, you've torn it, and
Yeah.
I what just sank at that point. Um, and yeah, and from that point onwards, I remember them telling me that it was going to be like 12 to 18 months to come back, and it just gave me like an opportunity to aim for something. So I just aimed for like 9 months, and I was just like working hard to try to do 9 months. Jack Willis was even in the hospital with me at the time as well because he had done something similar. Um, and yeah, so it was just like working to try, and he was working the same. And I think we came back around similar times because we got injured like in a week of each other because he was supposed to go on that South African tour as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so we got quite close during that period. And then yeah, I just worked basically. I just thought, let me try to give you a goal and try and do better than what they're telling me and see how it goes really.